I didn't notice I was in a different one. I had to leave. What's her name? I can't hear you.
My shit's still muted.
There you go.
All right. So, how do you like the new camera layout? Like the new the camera coloring? Because I'm trying to like work on this thing so it's a little more crisp and clear.
I mean, there's only so much. It looks crisp and clear right now. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that there's only so much you can do without proper lighting. So, do you have like the Yeti lighting thing in the back?
I have a little ring light right here. See?
Yeah, sure.
Look, see, look, you can...
But I mean, your lighting looks great. The exposure looks great.
I got a follow? Jesus, that was quick! Toppy! How the fuck were you not following me?
How rude.
He's British. It's okay. It's allowed. They're allowed to be rude. It's around this time of year that they are reminded that we were the better British colony. So we're no longer a British colony. Toppy, how are you this evening, I guess? God, why are you still awake? It's like 2 a.m., isn't it? Darren, are you already live?
Oh yeah, I've been live.
Okay, just had to make sure. By the way, Toppy, I did take your suggestion and your whole thing. I started a TikTok. I've been having fun with it like all fucking morning. Oh, dude, it's insane. So, one of my videos that I did yesterday, all right, has already gotten like 400 plus views on it.
Alright.
And it's not even the good one. Oh, now you're messing with your camera stuff.
Kind of.
Trying to get old timey. I do like the autofocus that you just did.
It's not an autofocus, so I have different view settings that I can use: 65, 78, or 90. Field of view.
Okay.
And I have my choice between exposure or frame rate. And the frame rate looks fucking fantastic, but it looks very grainy.
It does. I don't know. I've got I picked up a 1080p 30 FPS camera.
No, this is a 4K camera.
Doesn't look 4K.
So, I know.
Well, it's funny because everything around you looks grainy, but you look beautiful, Darren.
Like what I have is the highest Logitech you can get before you have to go to a GoPro.
I have a Nexigo. It was whatever was really cheap at Best Buy or Walmart or whatever the hell it was. But yeah, Toppy, welcome. I'm so glad you were able to make it. This is my co-host, Darren. He's an awesome dude.
Debatable.
And there is the other Darren.
Darren Army.
The Darren Army. But yeah, the big thing that I wanted to like talk about was literally TikTok. Why are we not doing this more?
I don't need another fucking social network. I don't give a fuck what it is. I caved to Snapchat, and the only time I ever use Snapchat is to see like one or two other people's stories. That's it.
So
I don't.
All right, so
anything with it.
I'm not gonna lie. I felt a little.
I hardly post.
I felt a little weird getting on TikTok. All right. The reason being is that for the longest time, I mean, since TikTok came out, I have been saying that TikTok is for 14-year-old girls and pedophiles. I am neither, and here I am on TikTok. I don't know what to do with myself. Like, I
get it. I get it. So this is where Michael and Dom really have their, I guess you can call it a marketing strategy. They got their social network, down pat. They have their footprint, and TikTok is one of the avenues to do it in. It's one of the more popular ones.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it is. So I almost outright refuse to.
And you know what? I was refusing also. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I had a TikTok, and it was only to support the some of the kids that I used to work with at the high school. they were looking for, you know, those extra followers, whatever it was. So I dropped them a follow, and that was kind of the end of it. And then every single, like, and I mean, not even like 95% or 99%, I mean 100% of anyone that is saying, hey, if you're going to do streaming, do TikTok. And they're like, don't stream for 8 hours to 10 people. Stream for 4 hours to 7 people, and then spend 4 hours doing social media. Or spend 2 hours streaming and 2 hours on social media. Basically, whatever you're doing on streaming, spend that amount of time doing social media, and you're going to grow exponentially. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But there are people like Mr. Top Gun TV here. He is like a true testament to that whole thing, where the shit that he does on TikTok it's hilarious. He's got this amazing little game. It's called Who's That Pokemon? And I like your original one better, Toppy. I'm sorry, the clay was so much better than your Photoshop, though your Photoshop skills are amazing. Oh, today is day 7. Missa is right. I did not fix my title.
Wow, how dare you?
How dare I? It is day 7 of Just Stream Julive. Yes, I'm calling it Julive. Y'all can fight me for this one, but I'm calling it Julive. Mr. Hate Us actually was like, what is Julive? Is it like some charity or something? I'm like, no, it's like a dad joke, just a play on words.
Yeah, I don't know how to respond to that.
What, dad jokes?
Julive.
You don't like Julive?
I don't get it.
Okay, so if you take the first 3 letters of July, but you change the Y to an IVE, kind of like when you go live.
I like how you say the first 3 letters of July when there's only 4 letters in it.
Right. But you're using the entirety of the word live, or just the last 3 letters of it. So you take the first 3, the last 3, Julive. No? Okay, fine. Be that way. But literally that's all I've been doing this morning is I went and looked up how to like make clips into TikToks and stuff like that. That's why I was asking you about that helicopter thing and how to get it. By the way, I don't think my socials are down there yet, so it is just TikTok at Dr. Zeus. Whatever though that thing is. I don't even know what my own address is at this point. God, I can't even plug myself right. It's kind of sad. But the movie night has been going good so far. We have done all 3 of the John Wicks, and I am looking to do another movie. I would kind of like to keep it at least like a 2-movie or 3-movie thing. Marissa's like, just do the Marvel series, and I'm like, no, I am not dedicating the next like 7 fucking years to watching Tony Stark die. Yep,
it's
spoiler.
7 years. It would only be 6 months.
Yeah, but that's 6 months, and then whatever else comes out, and then people are gonna be like, "What about WandaVision? What about Loki?"
It's true.
Exactly.
It's true.
So no, Madara, I am not doing it. Okay, I am not doing the Marvel series. No, it's too damn long, guys. I don't want to dedicate that much to it. Plus, I would like to get into something a little more video game-y.
All right.
Go ahead.
Wait, you want to stick to something more video gamey for movie night?
So the original thought was actually The Matrix. That was going to be the first movie night. Were you about to blow a raspberry?
I wasn't about to. I did. Matrix is okay. I get its concept. It's.
So here's the whole thing. So the first Matrix is great. The second one is bad. The Animatrix is phenomenal. And the third one is just horseshit.
They all bored me. So,
are we really going to start talking about your choice in movies or your lack thereof of watching certain movies?
No. You wanted to stick to... Okay, maybe you need to rephrase your statement then. Instead of saying, I want to stick to, like, video games for movie night, well, video game-esque movies would be along the lines of like, sorry to say, Super Mario Brothers, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat,
You brought it up.
whatever.
I had the thing waiting to go.
Whatever. But that's video game-esque movies. Street Fighter.
Here's the thing. I would absolutely watch each and every one of those things again, just because I love how bad a lot of them are.
Oh God, Epsilon.
Yeah, Epsilon brings up a really good point, Darren.
No, he doesn't. He's trying to open up a coffin that you opened up like twice now and counted against me, piece of shit. But I mean, public debate: Super Mario Brothers or Street Fighter, which is better, which is worse?
So, all right. It all depends on what you're comparing it to. Again, if you are no, there is a there is a comparison here. Okay.
No, those are your options.
No,
those are your options.
I understand that, but if you are
a Super Mario movie,
yes, it's
horrible.
It was so bad.
The only redeeming thing is Dennis Hopper, and that's slim at best.
Okay, so the only reason I'm saying that there are, depending on the thing, is that are we going off of a video game movie or are we going off of an actual movie? Remember, we had this discussion where the new Mortal Kombat movie, as a movie, is not horrible. As a video game, you haven't seen it.
Oh, I've seen enough of it.
Darren, you have the world's smallest penis. I've never seen it, but I am making this statement right here and now. You have the world's smallest penis.
That's great. And just like my opinion of a Mortal Kombat movie, it is an opinion, factual or not. So if you wanted to stick to video game-esque movies, then those are basically your options. But
there's also,
it sounds like you want to stay more into the sci-fi category.
It
sounds like where you want to go.
Not just sci-fi. It was basically computer-esque. So The Matrix is one of them. Tron was another one that we could have done something with. Okay, Darren, you really just... Okay, chat. Am I safe in just revoking Darren's, reviewer card for movies?
No.
Because...
Not reviewer card. Because reviewing a movie is different than just outright shunning it before even having seen it.
Right.
So,
but no, he can still talk.
Wow, Epsilon, I ban you.
Epsilon is already demoted, by the way. He is the only person in my clan in Diablo that actually has a note next to him that says demoted. So
take a strike. But okay, so the video game movies, they don't have the best reputation. If you were to stick to sci-fi, then that opens up a lot of options, especially on the nonfiction side. But then you have my debate where Super Mario Brothers or Street Fighter. If you are going to you can't really compare the two together. So if you were to compare Street Fighter alongside fighting game movies, your only other option is Mortal Kombat. And I'm sorry, the 95 Mortal Kombat not only blows the new Mortal Kombat out of the water, it blows Street Fighter out of the water in spades. Super Mario Bros. On the hand really doesn't have a comparison.
So let's talk about Annihilation then.
We don't talk about Annihilation.
Let's talk about Annihilation, Darren. What would you rather watch, Annihilation or Street Fighter?
Doesn't exist. That movie doesn't exist.
And also, exactly, and you're also forgetting all of the animated stuff that goes along with that. So you are forgetting.
No, I do not count animated because that is a completely different category. You're not using live action. You can make,
but they're movies.
The original Super Mario Brothers movie should have been animated. It should have been
like 3D
Pixar. It should have been, but it wasn't, and that was one of the reasons. I wouldn't say chief among them, but it is definitely one of the reasons why it failed. Because Super Mario Brothers is cartoonish. It's happy-go-lucky. Even Bowser is, someone you can kind of rally behind or whatever in the games, but in the movie, it was made to be very dark and grotesque, which was kind of the antithesis. If you were to compare that to like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from the 1990s, that movie worked because it was based on New York. Therefore they made it authentic New York. So it worked.
All right.
The Super Mario Brothers movie, not at all. That should have been animated, and if it was animated, it would have worked.
So my whole thing is still going along with those, and that is, yeah, Ready Player One, I'm good with. I'm also good with Gamer, which was the movie with Gerard Butler in it. So that was, a good movie, actually. Tron was not bad. I already brought up Wreck-It Ralph, so I mean, you should have understood that I'm throwing in, animated type things. So my whole thing is, and I am good with Ready Player One, but I would like to try to get a little bit of a series going. So like maybe 3 or 4 movies. So maybe plan out, at minimum, I would like to do a 2-part thing, or we can plan out, 2 standalone movies. That way, here's the big thing, guys. For everyone, and absolutely, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I don't give a fuck what Bruce Willis says. Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Yeah, Die Hard's a Christmas.
It's okay, put it this way. Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie than Harry Potter is, and everyone thinks that Harry Potter movies are Christmas movies.
Who the fuck thinks Harry Potter? I've never seen any Harry Potter movie, and I don't give a fuck. Harry Potter is not a Christmas movie. I'm sorry. That entire series has nothing to do with Christmas.
Except that they have Christmas every single year and exchange presents and go home on Christmas break and all of this stuff. So
Die Hard's more of a Christmas movie. I agree with you on that. Die Hard is more of a Christmas movie.
Okay, fine. Woohoo, so does Snoopy. Okay, yes. But with that being said, I'd be good with Ready Player One if we also did it with something like Tron. What I was about to say is that I'm still trying to grow the whole movie night thing, so if I can get something that will hook people wanting to come back, that's why the John Wick thing of 1, 2, and 3. If you want a good throwback, the Game Wizard with Fred Savage, I think his name was. You have the most random.
The Game Wizard's great.
Has anyone in here seen the Game Wizard?
Game Wizard's fantastic.
It does not just have snow on a train. They redo the entire Great Hall in Christmas, and it's the only holiday they actually celebrate in the Harry Potter world. All right, so that's 3 people that have never heard of it, myself included, so that's 4.
There you go. All the more reason to see it. The Game Wizard is great. If I remember correctly, the lead character is I think like maybe a 10 or 12-year-old, a 10-year-old kid, something like that, who comes basically from a broken home, but has a knack for video games. And around that time, Super Mario Brothers 3 was, I think, in the process of debuting. And this kid could enter a tournament, to, I think it was to help out his family or something like that. But to prove a point to a couple bullies. Okay. And so he enters into it and he gets into the final round, and the final round is a surprise release of Super Mario Brothers 3. The only continuity issue is, for those that remember Super Mario Brothers 3 and the secrets involved in it, how the fuck did he know where all the whistles were? That's my only concern with that.
Sorry, guys, I am screwing up my Discord. My thing's horribly. There.
Oh, Home Alone is fantastic.
And here's the thing. So around Christmas time, I got no problems with running those types of things. If people want to do, long Christmas days of just kind of hanging out, I will run all 3 Home Alones back to back to back. I will be playing The Grinch at some point. One of my favorite movies, the animated one, not the Jim Carrey one. He's stupid. I can't stand Jim Carrey past a certain point in his career. And then there's this huge gap, and then he's amazing again.
Jim Carrey is like Ryan Reynolds. He's a typecast. When he's in a role that he's typecasted for, he's great. When he tries to branch out and do something else, he's better than Ryan Reynolds branching out. I'll give him that much. Like him, of course, you can't disregard the Ace Venturas. Liar, Liar, The Cable Guy. Those are all classics.
So The Cable Guy is actually where, for me, it started falling off. The Cable Guy and like the third Ace Ventura, or whatever the hell it was.
There's only two.
There was only two? Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I thought they did something else with it. I think they did, but it wasn't Jim Carrey.
It was a like Ace Ventura Jr. or Kid Ace or something like that. And dude, I don't even think it went to theater.
Okay.
It was straight to DVD.
But anyway, so like that whole thing, I'm good with. But then, The Truman Show, I thought was one of Jim Carrey's best movies.
Truman Show was great.
Okay.
And the Truman Show was that gray area where Jim Carrey was trying to branch out from comedy, and you could still see the comedy bits in him, but it was more of a dramatic.
Another person that like I would love to be able to show everyone his movies is Robin Williams. And I'm not talking about his children movies. I'm not talking about Patch Adams. I'm not talking about
What?
What do you mean?
Patch Adams is not a children's movie.
Patch Adams is a fucking children's movie, okay?
It is not a children's movie, dude.
Compared
on a real person.
Compared to Good Morning Vietnam, it is a children's movie.
No, Hook is a children's movie.
Fine, Hook also. But
Patch Adams was based on a true story. It was based on the real life Patch Adams.
Oh, okay. Just because it's based on a true story doesn't mean it's not a children's movie.
It's not a children. It's a far cry from children. Hook is closer to a children's movie. Flubber is a fucking children's movie.
Couldn't stand Flubber. I don't know. I could not stand Flubber. And if we're on that whole thing of that like genre of movies, Flubber I put into the same category as The Haunted Mansion.
Sure.
Cannot stand Eddie Murphy. I love his stand-ups. I cannot stand Eddie Murphy as an actor.
Beverly Hills Cop is great. In fact, that entire series is the Beverly Hills Cop 3 is where it starts falling off.
Okay, you're right. I will concede to his older stuff when he was still a comedian. Before it was just him stumbling over words and not getting sentences out and falling down flights of stairs.
Wait, hang on. So, yes, you are correct. I would say from Beverly Hills Cop 3 and Dr. Dolittle on, Eddie Murphy just fell off the fucking map.
I did like the first Dr. Dolittle.
But, no, I hated all the Dr. Dolittles. But there is one movie that he did fairly recently. When I say fairly recently, it was still probably a decade ago for sure.
Okay.
But it was old school Eddie Murphy.
All right.
And I don't think he was the lead in it. I'm pulling Tower Heist. 2011. That film is fucking great.
Never seen it.
It's classic Beverly Hills Cop 1 Eddie Murphy, but as a criminal.
Okay.
Trading Places. Fantastic Christmas movie.
Going to what Mr. Hayda said, actual funny and stupid funny, that is the reason I can't stand Will Ferrell.
Can't stand Will Ferrell either.
I liked Will Ferrell when he was in Saturday Night Live as like a new-ish person, when he was just finding that stupidity, when he was still doing
cameos.
I can't even stand his cameos.
I like his cameos. His cameo in Austin Powers, that was for like the 5 minutes he was in it. That was golden.
Right, but like the 4 episodes of The Office, fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Elf. Everyone loves Elf for some reason. I can't fucking stand Elf.
The one actor I cannot stand because I just hate his laugh. His jokes are just not funny.
Nicolas Cage.
No, I'm fine with Nick Cage. It's Seth Rogen. I just don't find him funny, and I think the only film I could tolerate him on was Knocked Up.
Yeah, that was actually really funny.
Yeah, that was a good film because it was stereotypical fucking Seth Rogen and his cronies all in the same fucking films, but it was, the loser meets hot chick story and makes a baby.
The thing I don't like about Seth Rogen and the films that he's in is I feel that they are just throwing out like fuck, shit, and whatever else with every other word. I'm like, I'm sorry guys, that's not how people speak. You don't say fuck, 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 fuck. Like it I don't know. Thank you. It's overdone and it's obnoxious. And I actually, Toppy's right. I actually liked Pineapple Express.
I actually
No,
have
no, no.
not seen
I'm sorry. No,
Pineapple
it wasn't
Express.
Pineapple Express. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Tropic Thunder. I always get those two confused.
Okay.
Tropic Thunder with
Um,
Robert Downey Jr. Oh my god. I'm just a
I
dude
have a
disguised as a dude playing another dude.
like I have a military mouth, and I can't stand Seth Rogen, and I just don't think he's funny. And on top of that, when I see him in interviews, I hate his laugh. For just for whatever reason, it's like nails on chalkboard.
So Knocked Up was
Knocked Up was good.
I don't remember which one it was. I either watched Knocked Up or the 40-Year-Old Virgin with my mom the first time I saw it, and
Right.
it's amazing. I mean, you've met my mom, so kind of works. I do remember playing Cards Against Humanity with my mom once, and the most awkward conversation ever was my mom looked at me and she's just like, what is this word? And shows it to me, and it's smegma. And I have to explain to my mother what smegma is. I'm just like, so when a guy doesn't wash and you know, like the dick cheese. And she's like, dick cheese. And so we have an understanding now.
The more you know.
Go ahead.
Well, the terminology was different. Hates us. The terminology for her was way different back then. So like it is even probably different now. So like that area that you just referred to, the dick cheese area, I grew up knowing as the chode.
Oh, see, no, that's not what I knew as the chode. The chode for me was the taint.
Yes. Same area.
Okay, but that's not smegma.
What are you hearing as smegma? Like,
okay,
when
smegma.
someone doesn't wash and it builds up?
Yes. Dick cheese.
Okay, then same. All right.
No, not. What? How? I mean, yeah. I mean, it's the private area parts, but like the chode and the taint are literally the same thing. Like the taint, it taint the dick, it taint the asshole. It just taint.
But what I grew up knowing as the chode was basically dick cheese, just in that area.
Oh, and also another definition for chode, yes, small dick. It was basically a penis that was as round as it is long, and you just basically had this little cylindrical,
heard that too.
just block almost.
Heard that too. We mostly just made the reference of Tic Tac.
Tic Tac also works. Short Fat, yes. Which also brings me up to an amazing song, Short Dick Man.
Hates us for the win.
Pluggin' Nubbin. I like it.
I like it.
But
you want my pluggin' nuggin?
Oh my god. Your mic is cutting out when you laugh too much. Try it again. Ready, go.
I'm still gonna use that on people like, hey man, you gonna give her your plug-in nuggin?
Oh my god. Hey, no, I want some nugs. It's funny because my girlfriend will actually walk up behind me and ask me that question. But normally we use nuggies. So yeah, Missa repeatedly asked me, most nights, hey, you want some nuggies? And now that has a whole new meaning to it.
Mm-hmm.
Why you gotta ruin my chinkin nuggies?
Your answer is always gonna be yes.
It is. It is always going to be yes. But all right, so Darren, I've been kind of on mute. I haven't really talked to you much other than a couple of games that we played lately. How is the Darren? What is the Darren? Who is the Darren, at least this past week? How was your 4th?
Well, there's so many questions in 10 seconds.
You're welcome.
4th was good. Hung out with family. It wasn't that like I didn't go out I almost did actually, but for some reason there wasn't a power outage necessarily. It's just light. They were turning lights off in Moore Park Road, and I started putting 2 and 2 together. They were doing DUI checkpoints, and I'm like, I don't want any fucking part of this, so I just headed straight home. Wasn't anything spectacular. Just hung out with family for the most part.
All right. By the way, guys, I just want to point out that Darren should be disconnecting in the next 4 to 10 minutes. It's about that time, Darren.
Just about.
So everyone in here, you guys know exactly what I did on the 4th. Fuck it, it's on Twitch. I even went outside with my phone and recorded some firewalks. Wow, fireworks in the hood.
Firewatch.
Fuck Firewatch.
Dude, yeah, I saw part of that, and I'm like, that looks like downtown Afghanistan.
Dude, I live in the hood. All right, the next city over to me is fucking like it's Compton.
There was moments where you were just filming, like, I don't know if it was like an alleyway or the like garage area from where you live, but you could just hear the shit going off in the background. No lights, no flashes, nothing. And I'm like, if it weren't July 4th, I would think you've deployed.
Yeah, that dude. I literally tried to tell people that living by my house on a holiday like that is a war zone. Oh! Called it, guys. He's gone. It is timed. There is a certain amount of time that Darren can be on Discord before it crashes. And that time is about 35 minutes. Oh. Psychic. No, I don't know what it is, but Discord fucking hates him. And granted, he has talked mad shit about Discord since he's first started using it, alright? So, kind of on him?
No, because the only person that ever makes me use Discord is you. Everybody else that I play with does not use Discord. And I don't play very many video games that warrants the necessity of fucking Discord to switch from one thing to another.
So this man calls himself a streamer and a gamer, but refuses and hates Discord.
Never called myself either. I'm just a streamer by fucking circumstance because that's how I'm broadcasting. I'm streaming.
Okay. And you're not a gamer?
I play 2 video games. Well, okay, 3 if you count Castlevania. But one good one comes out every 5 to 6 years. That's Zelda. Castlevania is never going to come out with another good one. So it's going to be like every now and then, maybe once a year. And then there's Call of Duty, which I'll stick to beyond fucking Battlefield 4 in the next Call of Duty they come out with. That's it. I don't think that qualifies me as a gamer.
So fake gamers should be programmed to shout Darren.
I'm cool with that. I'm not a gamer.
Mr. Haydas, they use Ventrilo or Mumble or TeamSpeak, TS3.
Oh, TeamSpeak I've heard of. Hey, I resemble? You mean you resent that remark?
No, he resembles because he's a Darren.
Oh, yeah. There might be a casualty in that. Yeah, because I know Michael and them, they use Xbox Live Chat.
Right.
And that one is at least cool because that broadcasts between 2 different platforms, Xbox and PC. Discord does not broadcast on either console. So the only reason why I use it is you.
Except that, it's not just me, because Ray would prefer to use it. Basically, anyone else you really play with would prefer to use it over that other stuff, but you have your roommate that is just like, no, not doing that.
Well, Ray, not anymore. So Ray now lives in Orange County during the week, and he has his Xbox, not his PC.
No, I get that, but he prefers Discord.
I get the concept, don't get me wrong, but to me it's just annoying to have to load up a whole nother program that crashes on me every 37 minutes to do what a game already provides. Now I understand the irritation of the preloading screen where the audio cuts out or whatever, but you just wait 10 seconds and cool, you can have your conversations again.
So I would like to point something out that I can do that you cannot do in game chat. Hey guys, check this out, okay? You ready for this? Tell me if Darren gets quieter. Darren, go ahead and talk for me. Oh, wait. You can't hear a person over game sounds. Let me turn you up a little bit, like I was requesting earlier in your stream today.
Oh, you mean what I did inside the Call of Duty game?
You can only turn up everyone or no one. You cannot turn up Joe. You cannot turn
Alright,
up
that's
me.
fine.
I can sing for us. What? Why would I sing? I mean, Darren can sing for you.
If I'm going
Silently
to right
raging.
now.
But anyway, the whole thing is, Darren, you're right, all right? It does do those things, all right? But it is much more specialized in doing those things.
Okay.
You can do computer programming in Notepad, but guess what? You're not going to, are you?
I actually do sometimes. If I'm just trying to like,
Right, but when you're actually
if I'm
trying
trying to cheat sheet shit.
But if you're actually trying to use a program for what it's used for, are you using Notepad?
Depends. Am I on a computer that facilitates the right kind of software? If the answer is no, which is probably the more common answer, then yeah, I'm going to use Notepad.
Right, but if your computer facilitates Discord,
If the computer facilitates it, that's great.
then
That's great. Why am I having to load up two applications to do the same thing?
you're not. You're loading up a game to play a game because it's good at playing a game, not at talking to people. Because it's always been shit at using voice comms.
That's still one. Shit or not, I don't care. It works.
Oh. Chat, please, like, tell him, attack him.
Nope. It's
Chat, sick him.
It's not gonna happen. I mean, again, if it weren't for the podcast and anything else like that, I'd already have Discord uninstalled.
Wow. I mean, if you want, we can go to Zoom.
Zoom, actually, the only application, there's only one that, other than Discord, that works.
If you say Skype, I am ending this shit right now.
It's not Skype.
Okay.
I think it actually was Zoom, but you have to do it in browser, which is weird. You can't do the standalone application. And the reason how I know this is, you know how you have the share application
Yes.
option in Slobs or Twitch Studio Beta?
Yes.
Basically, it comes up as a blank screen if you use the application. You have to use the browser to
Okay,
do
so
what we're doing.
What that is because you are trying to use it, the application, through Google. If you open the application through Firefox, it'll work.
No. Google, it works. Any browser, it works. The standalone Zoom application that you install on your computer will not.
So I cannot stream rented movies from Chrome onto Discord.
Okay.
But I can stream rented movies through Firefox on Discord.
Yeah, that probably a plugin issue between the two. Like something that Firefox has that works. That's my only guess.
Okay, so Epsilon is giving you at least one vote of confidence.
I have Skype. I just never use it. I use Discord more than I use Skype. So.
I have not used Skype since. All right, for those WoW people out there, I have not used Skype since probably the middle of Cataclysm during arenas, because nothing else had voice activation at that time other than Skype, and Skype just had straight open mic. So
and I think I want to say it was probably the mid 2000s when Skype was really coming up on the map. Around that time, a mutual friend of ours deployed to Afghanistan. That was our primary form of communication whenever he had access. And then right around that time, MySpace actually was the first one that came up with the in-browser chat, like the live chat with people that are online.
Mm-hmm.
And then we started using that.
Yahoo was actually the first one that I used voice chat with.
Yeah, I do remember that. It was very seldom used though, because Yahoo on itself was just going downhill.
Yeah, but I used Yahoo for it, and then the other one that I used, well, actually, at that point in time, I mean, I used AIM if you wanted to do instant messaging. Yes, I mean, Yahoo had a voice chat. The other one you could actually do also, which worked out really well, and I created a character just for it, was MapleStory. Had a voice chat long before a lot of these other programs did. So when I was in New Jersey, I would talk to, well, now my ex, Through MapleStory chat.
I had a Trillion Micro. I think it's not Trend Micro. Trend Micro is the antivirus. It was an application called Trillion, and basically you could have, if you had AIM, Yahoo, MSN, whatever instant messaging programs, it would basically would all integrate them under one house. So,
by the way, guys, if you haven't checked out Darren, he is an amazing individual. This dude has written, produced, directed all of this stuff for the intro music, which he has told me will be coming out on an album fairly soon. If you guys want to do that, that will be available for purchase at some point. There are lyrics now to the song, but we are waiting for a couple other things to go through before that goes out there. But I will let you guys know. You will hear it on my channel first, hopefully. Unless Darren's going to steal my thunder and be like, this is Doc's song. He's not a gamer.
That's right. I am not a gamer. I do not define myself as a gamer. The only time I am ever a gamer is when The Legend of Zelda comes out. And when they come out with a good one, I will take vacation time. I will take sick time. I don't give a fuck. A good solid week. Now, Breath of the Wild, I needed longer than that, but I didn't get to do that. I had burned my leave moving. But I'll take a good solid week, lock the door, come out for food and air and the bathroom. Someone that I dated years ago, when I think Twilight Princess came out, I told her, I'm like, this is where I'm going to be. And if you want Nookie, you got to come get it.
and you need to dress up as Zelda.
That would probably be the only thing that would make me put down the game, is if she cosplayed as Zelda for the purpose of getting sex. Then yes, I would put the game down and be like, all right, this needs my attention. But I'll play that game start to finish. I love that story through and through. It's one of the childhood things that I grew up with. But then that's it. And then I got to wait another 6 years to do that again.
No, you just have to find a girl that likes to cosplay, and you can get it whenever you want.
Oh, I'm talking about Zelda!
So am I. I mean, unless Sheik is more your thing, then that's all you, homie.
I only play one game dedicated every 6 years. Now, Call of Duty, I do dedicated, but that's the purpose of gaining content. And I like Warzone. Because of Warzone, I no longer enjoy multiplayer. Plunder, I only use to upgrade shit. So, and I hate Rebirth.
Darren has this strong hatred for most things in life. And Epsilon does... No. Epsilon... Darren...
Not a strong hatred for most things.
Then
there's some things that...
Enlighten us on the things that you do not hate. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the mic so it's a little more sensual. Tell me things that you don't actually hate, Mr. Horn.
Don't actually hate.
Yes.
The
fact
Apple
that you...
product?
Really? Then why do you want a PC?
It's a preference.
Uh-huh. Go ahead and keep going.
Not even the PC side. I mean, yeah, an argument could be made that Windows 10 is mimicking a lot of Apple. Windows 11 is definitely mimicking Apple. But Android and Apple finally caught up to Android's technology, especially with Samsung. So now it's literally a matter of preference. You're paying for brand at that point.
Okay.
Things that I don't actually you gotta pick a category, because it almost seems like this is too wide a margin.
I don't know. What I'm seeing, guys, is he is having trouble without having any kind of limitations, finding things that he does not hate.
Epsilion's about to get demoted again because he's saying Samsung regressed. I think so, man.
No.
However, the one thing I will give you is there was a recent issue with the Galaxy S21. My dad ran into it, and apparently it's a common thing. Some routers, I don't know what it is, but every 7 minutes or so, it'll kick them off the Wi-Fi and then reconnect. And it's got nothing to do with the Wi-Fi because nobody else has any problems unless they have an S21.
Oh, see, now, Epsilon. Now, you are still pronouncing his name wrong. We even went over it. His name is not...
Now.
All right, so Epsilon. I love me my Android, all right? Because I am a gamer. And anyone out there that is a gamer is not going to like Apple products because what's the point on having an iPhone if you're going to have a PC?
See you, Darren. Darren Army. Hashtag it.
Later, Goomba. With that being said, as far as Samsung regressing, they are not regressing. They're just not advancing as far as Apple because they didn't have to.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Because if you've
innovation died with Steve Jobs.
If you've already run, 3/4 of a mile, you can slow down your pace.
I would rock a moto. All right. I'm gonna give you a strike for that one.
Wait. What do you mean? You have both? What do I have both of, Toppy?
Apple and Android.
I don't have Apple anything at this point. Shit, I haven't bought an Apple product since my iPod. I guess it was known as the Classic, even though it wasn't a Classic. It was just a fucking iPod at that time. When I went to sync my music and download more of it, it didn't recognize any of the music that I had put on there as legitimate music and wiped my entire iPod clean. Even though all of them. Oh, you have both. You're British, though.
All right, so Epsilon saying he's like the only companies I won't rock are Samsung or Apple. I'm like, okay, so what you're saying is you're anti-establishment. Got it. All right, now I can understand you not liking Samsung or Apple. Because if you're wanting to go on the off-brand side or the off-major brand, I can kind of respect that. Legacy HTC One. I did a short stint at Verizon years ago. I want to say 2012, and that's when the HTC One came out. I was not a fan of it.
Why are you talking about it like you were in prison? So yeah,
Verizon is prison.
If you're wondering where I got this third bar from over here, it was my second year of management in a Verizon store.
Fuck Verizon.
Like,
yeah, that's when the HTC One came out. Was not a fan of it. I didn't hate the phone. It was just, it was weird. But Apple, especially now, I don't hate them. I'd prefer PC or Android. They all do the same shit. And you could literally have an iPhone and have it sync to your Google account instead of your iCloud. And sync to a OneDrive instead of your iCloud.
I guess for me, it's much more of the fact that Apple has done me dirty so many times, and I have watched it do people dirty so many times, that I'm just not going to support it. In fact, I have done fiber work for Apple, all right? I have done their, fiber installations and shit like that at their major, areas for the LA area. Inside of their control rooms, where I had to have the, head IT guy escort me through because they had proprietary shit out there, and he's like, yeah, just don't look past that curtain and we're good.
Well, it's just their customer service is notorious for not actually fixing shit,
and
then just wiping shit and restarting it.
It's not just that. It's also the fact that, I'm sorry, I don't want to have to replace my shit every 6 months. Because Apple has decided, well, we have something new. We have something better. And we know better than you. So we're going to make you buy it. By slowing down everything you fucking own in order to make you buy this. And I have watched my girlfriend go through this multiple times. Thank you.
Credit where credit's due. Yes, I agree with the right to repair. I agree with that concept. And in most cases, you can still repair your own shit. You just void the warranty. Well, who gives a fuck about warranty if you're getting a new phone in 2 years anyway?
I had my Galaxy S7 for 4.5 years. My girlfriend went through 3 or 4 phones that were all Apple because of slow speeds or whatever it is, and they've even come out saying, yeah, we kind of slow down bandwidth because, we want to. I'm like, you guys don't even control bandwidth. What the fuck? They update you to back you off.
Well, at the same time, Apple's also been notorious for they make products that are built to fail, so that way you come back and buy new shit. Joe, on the other hand, is testament to their Apple Care, and I'll actually give Apple credit for Apple Care. They do take very good care of their own. So You just got to pay an arm and a leg for it. So,
Darren,
I used to root phones too.
Do you know what this is?
And I don't even do this anymore. It's kind of out of focus.
Okay, well, this is a charger that works on like 90% of the things out there.
Well, hang on. Is that micro USB or USB-C?
Here's the thing. I legit have both because one is an upgrade from the other. All right, but
the USB-C is the alternative to the Lightning jack.
Okay, but this will work on so I can plug this into my old phone, I can plug it into these headphones, I can use it on this speaker over here, the webcam, fucking most of the shit over here I can use that on. But if my girlfriend's like, hey, can I charge my phone? No. Because you have to have a different attachment for it. Same thing when they first came out with the fucking ear pods. They're like, can I use this on anything else? No. You can't.
That's one of the things Apple's notorious for. As long as you stay underneath the Apple umbrella, life is good.
I even got a wireless charging pad, okay? And it works for smartphones and phones, and smartphones and smartwatches, all right? My girlfriend's watch is literally built to not fit on there. Like, you cannot fit it on there. And even if you can fit it on there, it refuses to charge.
And the innovation of Apple died with Steve Jobs. And so for years, Apple was trying to play catch up to Samsung in terms of the technology Samsung already had. So when people were all the rave about the wireless charging that Apple could do, I'm like, dude, Samsung's had that since Galaxy S3 if you bought a particular backing. And then it came with the Galaxy S5. This is circa 2012 to 2015.
Yeah.
So it's been out for a while.
Also, if I want to do anything at all, I have to have Apple this, Apple that. Like, literally, it is Apple, just like what Epsilon just said.
Yeah, if you stay underneath the Apple umbrella, life is great. Costly, but great. But that doesn't mean you can't sync shit between other programs. So if you had a Google account where all your contacts were, all you got to do on the iPhone is, instead of doing iCloud, sign into the Google account and sync the contacts from there. If you wanted to back up your photos some ways, you can
delete all of my shit. I'm holding that grudge forever.
It wouldn't delete it from your Google account. It would just delete it from your phone, and then you just sign back in. Not that big a hassle, really.
That is a hassle. If I'm like, hey, I would like to sync my contacts, and it's just like, nope.
That's a hassle. That doesn't bother me. I do that all the time with TuneCore, because they require two-factor authentication every time you log in. So,
but okay, I love how there are so many things in life you're like, that's too much effort. Why would I want to do that twice? Why would I want two programs for it? But I will resync and re-download my contacts every time I need them, just so that I can continue using a shit brand with shitty software.
I don't disagree with that. It's just that's not something that would bother me. Now, if I couldn't sync it at all, then yeah, that's a roadblock.
Which it was for years.
But I've also been a fan of Samsung from the start.
I love how we're all like still berating Darren, even though he's on the same side as most of us.
I know, because you guys are pieces of shit.
Yes, but
a disagreement. Anyway, perfect segue for a break. I will be right back.
Actually, you should wait for another about 10 minutes so you can DC and then take your break.
That'll be fine.
Oh, that's fine. I'll see you in a few minutes. So yeah, guys. Oh, he's still there. I can still see you. Oh, now I can't. Oh my god. So yes, for those that have never been here before, welcome to the podcast. This is everything but politics, but sometimes politics. The name doesn't quite roll off the tongue anymore because I have the whole Just Stream Julive thing up there. I just felt that title was going to be way too freaking long. Toppy, you're finally going to bed. Dude, have a good night. Again, thank you for the follow. Thank you for all of the love on TikTok. It's really going to help me out in the long run. Speaking of which, let's go check out TikTok and see where we're at. Not too bad. I've almost quadrupled my followers. I've got some likes already. We're moving along, guys. We are moving along. So, I mean, Epsilon, I guess you're looking more for what would be the Linux of phones. And you're right. You might want to go with one of those off brands if you're looking for a lot of extra customization. But here's the thing, like, and that might be for you. For me, I'm an idiot when it comes to this kind of stuff, so I want something that can do everything for me. And most of the shit on Apple just makes no sense to me. Alright, well. I had an LG for a while. It was a decent phone. But, honestly, I really like, my phone right now. It's, oh, yeah, sorry, the other side. But yeah, I really like it. Stickers and all. And like everything you're saying, over my head. I have no idea what you're doing with your phone. I mean, you could have been talking about your sexual preferences in some kind of kink that I'm not aware of, and I would have been like, cool, you do you, man. No, could you imagine walking into a dungeon and be like, so I'm looking for a woman that's, you know, custom roomed, fully unlocked, you know? Maybe been, rooted. Love it if she had a bootloader. Like, I have no idea what... I mean, rooting, jailbreaking, I understand that whole thing, but a lot of the other stuff, it's like... I don't know. There is that. I don't know. I've never really had a problem with my phone. The only thing I've ever had wrong with my phones has been the charging port. The charging port is the only thing that goes out on me, which is why once I was able to do wireless charging, I haven't had to worry about anything else since. Oh, excuse me. I'm actually going to take a quick break also. So those that have not heard the song, I'm going to play it for you guys because why the hell not? I'm going to grab myself a little bit of food and then I will be back in about 3 minutes, guys. I don't know what my screen is doing, guys. I'm sorry.
Hell? I don't know. I don't know if Doc's seeing that. If anyone's seen homestarrunner.com, they know exactly what song I'm thinking of. Ugh. Well, let's see if I can. There we go. This going. Aha.
I have no idea what was going on, guys. Hold on. We gotta wait for it. Gotta wait.
Are you waiting for the Discord crash?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm waiting for that last little slide at the end of the song.
Oh, you were replaying the song.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, guys. I closed this, and it just flashes. Like, I must have screwed up some kind of a setting when I did all of my other stuff. I have no idea what I did.
Like the popo got called on you or something.
Yeah, no shit, right? So I did go grab myself a couple of tacos. So I'm gonna be making my tacos while Darren regales you with stories of our youth.
Anything that I can remember. I was either drunk and or high. I think senior year, I wasn't as much.
Well, I only knew you junior and senior year.
Junior year, it was... Junior year that was fun. I think that was the year that I brought a vodka hot chocolate to class, and my history teacher knew what it was, and he's like, sure, it tastes good. He just let me go. Come to find out later, he was an alcoholic himself.
So he probably had a nice mudslide or something sitting up in his
Yeah, he was drumming up something. Yeah, I think junior year was the last year that I was really that screwed up. Senior year, I intended to, but then I met a girlfriend, and I'm like, nah, I gotta clean myself up a little bit. What's up, Tweakin?
Tweakin! You saw it already. I made a TikTok. You're in it. You could hear her beautiful British voice in the background. It is amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah, I will never start I barely post to fucking Facebook and Instagram as it is. I think it's like once a month at best.
So here's my whole thing with that is that, like I said before, I was the complete same way, but it is something that it's another way of getting those funny clips out, as long as you like chop them down a little bit more.
And when it comes to the social media footprint, I completely agree with you. If you're trying to, like, you being a streamer, you have like we were talking about before with like TwitchCon, it behooves you to do these things because you're wanting to improve that engagement. So it makes perfect sense to do it. Cover all footprints.
By the way, if I go to TwitchCon, which of you guys are coming with me? Because I need friends. Tweakin'.
Behoove.
Yeah, oh my god. I have heard that word so many times. Was it just as bad in the Air Force, hearing the word behoove?
I don't
It's funny
think I heard it.
because
I don't think I heard it. Not in basic for sure.
no, not
I
in
want to say
basic.
when I definitely when I was in the operational, I heard it once or twice from like an old timer.
So for us, it was really funny. We always had this joke that the word behoove became part of your vernacular once you made E7. It didn't exist before you before you hit E7, and once you hit 7, behoove. And we're always like, the fuck you trying to sound smart for? We all know you're an idiot.
Right.
We all know you've lost majority of your brain cells when you were fucking dropping out of planes in Vietnam. Like, I get this. You've lost like half of any like cognitive action burning your shit piles in the first Desert Storm. I understand. But and that was the only word. It was behoove and then the phrase piggyback.
Yep, I heard that a couple times.
And like 12 people piggyback off something, and I'm like, who the fuck is carrying this conversation?
Heard it a lot in meetings. Like, we're gonna piggyback off of what Com said. We're gonna piggyback off this, and I'm like, yeah,
dude, it was stupid. And it's just like, and then they piggyback back and forth. They're like, oh, to piggyback off the commander, to piggyback off the top, and I'm just like,
it's like you're not piggybacking anymore. Now it's a verbal volleyball.
yeah, you guys are just fucking talking, okay? You guys are just wasting my time. I understand that you do not want us to add to the population, decrease the population, and if you get put in jail, establish dominance quickly.
The only, out of all the meetings I had ever been in, I've only known maybe 2 officers in particular. In fact, one of my commanders, the base commanders, he, full bird colonel, he was the type where it's like, just give me the fucking bullet points. And I'm like, thank you, sir. Can we not drag this 15-minute meeting beyond an hour and a half? Thank you. But I only knew 2 other officers that did that. And one of them was one of my office commanders. And her and I, we weren't at odds with each other. It's just, there was this understanding that, all right, you don't like me. Cool. You're going to favor these other people. Cool.
Isn't that most people in the world, though?
No, it was, to give it a little.
No, I'm just saying in relation to you. Did you just stroke out with that high?
So, I've seen you. But
continue.
So anyway, my 2 of my office commanders. I think I technically had 3, but the first primary one I was with, he was, you know, like total redneck from Tennessee, blah blah blah. Couldn't hide it, you know, with his dialect, you know, to save his life. But he favored me out of all the other people in the office, and there, at one point in time, there was only one other white kid in the office that wasn't, you know, gay or anything like that. Everybody else was a different ethnicity. Then we had a different commander, won't speak too deeply on it, where it was the polar opposite. She favored 1 or 2 people in particular over me being the last white kid in the office. And the other people were picked for just about everything. Him and I were equal in rank. I had more expertise on one side. I didn't make it stink of it because I was leaving anyway. But she was really good in meetings because she's like, fuck all y'all in your fucking 20-minute questions. I'm going to shoot every one of these down in like 5 words or less. And we get to one chart talking about like statistics or whatever, and where our base stood amongst everybody else. Mm-hmm. And you'd have the people that are like 100% compliant. And the rule of thumb is anyone that's ever 100% is lying. That was exactly her response to someone. She's like, how do these bases get 100%? They lying. So I'm like, thank you. It's short and sweet. That's all you need.
And it's true. Oh, I do want to throw this one out there for anyone that's in here that has graphical design or anything like that. I am still looking for a couple of emotes. I don't think Darren would mind having a couple of emotes if they were just kind of tossed to him.
Emotes are, yeah, if you want to toss them my way, that's great. Emotes are like the least of my priorities right now. I got to get I either got to decide to, so I have 3 tracks ready to go for copyright.
See, guys, I told him, wait 10 minutes. No. He didn't want to wait the 10 minutes. The crash was not late.
I have a 4th song. You briefly heard the beginning of it. It's different in its tone. It's different in theme and feel from the other 3, and I'm just like, I don't know if this kind of belongs.
Miss a home.
So I'm deciding on either including that one or hammering out a 4th song to upload, but I got to get it done before the end of the week for sure. I was hoping to get it done today. That didn't happen. I dare.
As you guys can tell, Miss is home.
Hi, Meza.
Darren says hi, Missa.
Hello.
She says hello.
Hello.
Oh, excuse
But
me.
yeah, I'm trying to decide to use that 4th song just for the fuck of getting another album out, or trying to hammer out another song. But I had to get one done by today, but definitely Friday. I'm not gonna be able to do it tomorrow.
Oh, Epsilon also says hello.
Hello, Epsilon.
But once it's sent in for copyright, then you can use it.
Tweakin wants to touch your butt.
Well, if she ever actually comes down, she's allowed.
We're meeting her in October.
October.
Huh?
Where are we going in October?
Indianapolis.
Oh, that's right.
So apparently you can touch her butt in October.
I'll allow it.
Some dreams do come true.
One touch.
So again,
One touch.
she says one touch.
Now, so does Weekend get to do just a single finger, or is it like full on cup?
Oh my God, Miss, they have questions for you.
What? Who has questions for me?
I'm gonna back up so you can have a seat, guys. I am.
Darren cackling.
You'll see. Go for it.
I need my glasses. I can't go on there like this.
Give her
I
a
mean,
second. She's grabbing your glasses, and then this is gonna be the TM, the Darren Missa talk show. By the way, guys,
Find my glasses.
they're on the back of the couch next to the tissue box.
I just found them. My actual glasses.
Oh.
Not just the shitty ones.
I mean, I was kind of helping Tweakin's case here. So the question was, all right, so you give her permission for just one touch. Just one touch.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like finger
Yes.
or full cup? Because even she's asking.
She says, full hand, 1 digit, long touch, short touch. I mean, I don't know. I guess I have to make up some rules here. Full hand, I guess. Long touch or quick touch? I mean, what makes it long? What makes it quick? If we're getting specifics, let's do a time frame.
I mean, set a timer. Or can I squish?
Squish. Will that one touch go farther? Are spectators welcome? Wow.
I'm a fan of tweaking here.
Can I squish? Squishes are welcome. I myself am a squish of some type, so I don't know. Harley also makes a great squish, so yeah.
There you go.
Doc
There you go,
has
Tegan.
some excellent titties to squish.
I have some squish.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
Yes, excellent.
I like how Missa like subtly does this like provocative look at the camera that she's like grabbing Ricky's fucking titty. Like she's just like this.
I've seen too much of The Office. I have to like do this awkward camera thing every time I see myself. I'm like,
Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
maybe it's Missa being awkward
Maybe
as
it's Missa.
fuck. Oh shit. Oh my god. Yeah, so we can do that exchange in October. The arrangements have been made.
Go away.
Nice.
But yeah. How are you, Darren? Why am I on this show?
Oh, to answer the questions about butt touching.
That's it? That's all? I fulfilled
Out.
my role?
Go,
Okay,
go.
okay.
Wait.
Goodbye. Thank you, everyone.
All right.
I have
So
a feeling you're gonna. I have a feeling you're gonna clip that segment. I don't know if you heard it, but she was like doing this like provocative look as she was grabbing your man boobie.
Epsilon, did you clip that stuff? Oh, and Tweakin loves you, Missa.
I love her too.
She loves you too, Tweakin.
So is Tweakin someone you actually know, or
So-
like one of your streamers that?
Tweakin is actually someone that I met while playing Overwatch. She came in and tried out and ended up getting the slot on our Overwatch team.
Very cool.
She was our projectile DPS. Yeah, our projectile DPS player.
Very cool.
So
I'm always super apprehensive about like meeting people like, oh, I follow you on Twitch or whatever, and I'm just kind of like, nah.
no, you threw little pointy things. You were supposed to play Mei, and then you're like, I want to play Hanzo. I want to play Pharah. I want to play Kree. She threw a fucking wrench in everything.
Telling you, man, the spiny blue shell is gonna do you guys wonders.
Excuse me.
I have it.
Show me. Let's see this thing.
All
All right, never mind. Never mind. Have it for the next one.
right. Actually, it's on my Instagram. You can see it there.
May have to go check that out at some point then.
What kind of balls do you throw, Tweakin? Because
Shiny ones, yellow ones, purple ones.
Things that hurt, or like nerfy things.
Things that hurt, things that make you feel better. She loves it when she can put her balls in your face.
Nice.
Have I missed anything, Tweaks?
I guess she's taking off.
Have a good night, Tweakin.
Our Epsilon, our spectators welcome. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some. Oh.
Epsilon, I've already said that you're welcome to come on down, but I think you live kind of far, don't you? Aren't you like 2.5 hours away or something? Oh. But, so aside from Twilight Princess, is there anything else that you are actually looking forward to?
Game-wise?
Or Breath of the Wild 2, Twilight Princess 2? What is it you're looking forward to?
It's Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know if they're going to stick with just the numbering of things, because it would be the first Zelda game to do it. Or if they're just going to give it a whole new name. So
Majora's Wild.
Majora's Wild.
Breath of the Mask.
Majora's Wild sounds like a card game.
Ocarina of Majora's Wild.
But supposedly, so Nintendo did release they did a press statement on the price of the new Nintendo Switch. It's adjusted for inflation. It's up to $350.
I thought it was going to be $400.
No, their Switches retailed at $300 even. And then factoring tax, it wasn't a bad deal at all. But I have a feeling they're going to announce Breath of the Wild 2 with the release of the new Switch.
So if they offer a Zelda limited edition, are you paying the extra $50 for it?
No, I don't really have that much desire for that. So it's a game. I'm gonna get the enjoyment out of the game where either if I buy the game individually or if I buy the digital edition. Now, if the digital edition comes with something that I can't get traditionally in the game, i.e., an amiibo, then I might consider buying it.
How do the amiibos work? Because I have I have an amiibo now. I have one.
Which one?
Diablo. It is a treasure goblin. Here, I will get it.
Did you buy a Switch?
No.
Oh, okay. The way it works is each of the amiibos have an RFID in it, and you basically just tap it on the amiibo joystick of the controller, and different things will happen depending on the game. So for Breath of the Wild, you'll get a bunch of loot and a treasure chest. Depending on the amiibo, it could be a random drop of a tunic, a hat, or trousers that actually benefits you in the game. Other clothing types are just nostalgic. Very cool. But other games like I think it's Mario Kart. If you use your like own Mii character, certain amiibos will give you like the skin for that character. Different games do different things. So I imagine Diablo would be like random loot drops.
Well, it might be just a pet. But yeah, my whole thing about it is that I just like, you can buy this thing, but I don't think it says Nintendo like anywhere on this thing. Oh, I guess it does. Nintendo trademark or property of the respective owners. Amiibo is a trademark of Nintendo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I saw the amiibo right on the box. I'm like, yeah, that's a trademark of Nintendo.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, the amiibo concept is cool. You know, it for people that are into buying, like, I don't know if you watch reactors on YouTube, but they have all the fucking loot in their background or whatever of the shit they collect. These at least provide a function.
Oh, don't get me wrong. If I had the space and the area and everything else, like, oh, I would have so many things, like, behind me, like, showing off all this stuff. Like,
Of all people, Zach, at one point in time, he had a gaming fucking museum. All the old consoles set up, working, shit ton of games. It was actually pretty cool.
I kind of have something like that. They don't work. Well, they work, but they're not plugged in. I actually have an entertainment center that has like all of the consoles on it. So it's got like PS3, PS2, PS1, Xbox, the 360, a Genesis, a N64, and then all of the respective games kind of set up with it also. Like, it's actually a really cool looking bookcase. And then up on top is all the DVDs, just because, you know, I have no idea where the fuck I'm gonna put those things.
I got rid of all my DVDs. Like, everything's streaming now, so.
Yeah, but that's a lot of money to just like throw away, and there's a lot of things in there that, especially like the whole movie thing that I want to do now, I would have to rent it.
Honestly, so in this day and age, Netflix did a lot of damage to the DVD community like Napster did to the CD community in the music industry.
Oh, absolutely.
Those DVDs, you'd be lucky to get more than 25 cents a DVD.
Oh, absolutely.
So they're practically worthless as it is.
Well, no, they are worthless if I were to sell them. They are not worthless if I keep them and use them.
How often do you use them?
Whenever I want to watch one of the movies that I own.
When do you ever want to watch one of the movies that you own?
I don't know. Lord of the Rings was probably the last one that we watched. Or the Hobbit.
Oh, the Hobbit's fairly recent.
Well, I mean, there are also some Blu-rays in there and everything else. It just depends. If it's streaming, then if it's streaming on a platform that we own, then yeah. But if it's something like the Miyazaki films, Spirited Away, My Neighbor Totoro, Kiki's Delivery Service, you have no idea what any of this stuff is. Misa, attack. You would actually like Miyazaki. I think you would like Miyazaki. Miyazaki it's animated, so yes, it's
Probably nothing.
wow.
I can't get into animated films. I know the person that would be interested in it, and he might even have already seen them. One of my boys, Greg, sometimes he drops in on the stream as Uniliska. But
he absolutely has. If he's
Yeah.
using the high summoner's name in a freaking Twitch name, he knows exactly who Miyazaki is.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying, Misa. Like Darren has no idea who Miyazaki is. He's never heard of Totoro.
I just can't get into anime. Can't get into it.
It's okay. So they're movies. They are one-offs. There's no series that go with them or anything like that. So it's not like Dragon Ball Z, where it's like 90 episodes of some dude powering up a fireball just to spend 110 episodes powering up a bigger fireball because the first one missed. That's not it. You laugh because you know what I'm talking about, even though you don't watch this shit.
Again, I've seen shit. In fact, Greg actually tried making me watch an anime before. He's like, "Don't knock it before you try it." And I'm like, "All right."
What did he introduce you to?
I don't fucking know. I don't remember. He
Agreed.
just threw it at me, and I'm like, I just can't get into it. And he's like, "All right, you watched it. That's fair."
Okay, see, Epsilon, I think that Darren would like Death Note. Like something like Death Note, Darren I think he'd appreciate everything about it.
They even have an anime Castlevania, and now I will not watch it for a different reason. But even if I liked anime, I wouldn't watch it
because of your hatred for things that you don't hate.
Yeah, I thought you were actually gonna get. I thought you were gonna get something close with that. No, the story's not canon.
No,
and I'm like, why? Yeah. Anyway, but even then, I have to get over the hurdle of liking or being entertained by watching anime, which is never going to happen. So
I just want to know who comes up with these canon things for some of these video games and how you learn about these things.
When I really get into something, I read, and I read the fuck out of it.
Okay, but who is the one coming up with this? Is this some ghostwriter? Is this the actual, producers coming through with the whole thing? Is it the game designers like, oh, this is what we meant to do, but then the game designers do something else, you're like, no, that's not what you were supposed to do? Like, how does it work when one game is canon and one game isn't, even though you're going off of one game's canon? Is it whatever canon comes first?
All of the above.
I don't... Please explain this to me.
All right. You have several factors involved. You nailed just about most of them. You have the creative director. You have, if you're talking specifically in films, which now kind of transcend into video games, you have the director. You have the screenwriter.
Okay, all of that stuff's cool. No, I'm talking Castlevania specifically. And actually, the one I really want to get into is Mortal Kombat. And don't worry, I won't give you a point for it.
Yeah. Can't count because you already did.
Mordell, I love you.
Nice.
Thank you so much for the raid.
The issue I have with the Castlevania animated series is Castlevania is a very linear story. It's not like Mortal Kombat. It's not like Zelda. It's definitely nowhere near the MCU.
Okay.
It's a very linear story with the same plot theme every fucking time, and that's a Belmont trying to battle against Dracula. However, there are bits and pieces that kind of branch out a little bit. One of them is Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse, and that introduces Trevor Belmont in the Greatest 3 that the Castlevania animated series is supposed to be about. Well, the problem is the animated series doesn't include the Greatest 3. It omits one of the characters, and he's kind of crucial. So
okay.
Hey Mom Denny.
Hey Mom. Okay, but you're going off of a second game, right?
What do you mean a second game?
The storyline that the animated series is supposed to be following is the second game or the third game or whatever, correct?
Third.
Okay. So then it has nothing to do with the first two games? Is it
No.
directly related to the third game?
They're interrelated. From what Greg has told me, because he's seen the series.
So wait, hold on. So again,
what I told him, I'm like, I warned him. I'm like, here's my reservation about Castlevania, the animated series, blah 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 blah. I tell him that. He's like, cool, watches it, and he's like, I liked it, but you were right on the spot. He said I was right on the spot. So, without explaining the Castlevania story, the games are not in chronological order necessarily.
okay.
The very first Belmont, for example, is Leon Belmont from Lament of Innocence, and that came out in like 2001. So Simon Belmont is like the 6th or 7th Belmont down.
Okay.
Trevor Belmont actually is Simon's grandfather. So Castlevania 3 takes place like 100 years before.
I think we need to get a flowchart going here, because
yeah, you do. It's not hard to grasp. It's just, like I said, it's very linear. But the only one that branches out the most is Castlevania 3, because you're talking about Trevor Belmont and the Greatest Three. And the Greatest Three is Alucard, Grant, and Sypha. The animated series omits Grant.
So you're upset that a story that butchers the story of Dracula is then butchered by somebody else.
What do you mean? Wait, no, I think you got that wrong. I think you added an extra step there.
No, because Castlevania, Alucard, that's Dracula.
No, they're two different people.
No, spell Dracula backwards.
No. So you have Count Vlad Tepes, which is in the
Romanian... I'm not talking about
they use Vlad Tepes as his name.
Okay.
But his nickname in the days of Transylvania was Dracul, which was translated as Dracula. It was something dragon, blood dragon or something like that. Alucard, yes, is Dracula spelled backwards, but Alucard the character is also a Tepes, and that is Dracula's demigod son.
Except that in all of the original Dracula things, Dracula doesn't have a son and can't reproduce.
Sylvania is a separate story from all the Dracula stories you've ever known.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is, and we're going back to Twilight now, that you are pissed that someone is butchering the original story and then butchering it again, but Castlevania is all right to butcher, but Twilight isn't, because it's not the right kind of butchering.
Castlevania is right on point with the whole Dracula. It's the more fantasy Dracula as opposed to the actual Count Vlad Tepes. It's the fantasy Dracula. So then in on itself, that is its own universe, separate from any other Dracula story you've ever known. The one exception is Bram Stoker's Dracula, and they actually intelligently included Bram Stoker's Dracula in Castlevania Bloodlines. They intelligently did that.
Okay, but I'm still... I guess that my big question here is that you're okay with one thing not going canon with the whole thing going off on its own, but you're not okay with Twilight going off on its own.
Since when does fucking sunlight make a vampire glitter?
Since when does Dracula have a son?
He probably still can't reproduce. We don't know that for fucking sure, but everything we've known about vampires is sunlight kills them.
Or not.
Doesn't matter. Okay, or not. I'm sorry. Oh, then Twilight's idea of a vampire is stupid. That's wrong.
And here's the thing: I am 100% with you on that. That entire idea is dumb. That Lisa Frank vampires are dumb. I'm just still trying. Like, I have now spent about 3 months trying to figure out where you draw the line on. I hate this not being canon. I love this because it's not canon.
Well, okay, so you have Count Vlad Tepes, the actual person from history, and then you have the stories of vampires, i.e. Dracula, which is a fantasized... Oh, fuck you. Fuck off. Since when does sunlight make vampire glitter? Deal. What? Technically, in Twilight, they sparkle because Twilight vampire skin is made of diamonds or something. Again, I'm going to negate that because diamonds are made out of basically fermented fucking carbon. And while we are a species of carbon atoms, if we were made of carbon, we'd die.
Which is why they're already dead.
No, I'm gonna negate that anyway.
How?
Twilight is still stupid.
Yes. But okay, continue.
But you have Count Vlad Tepes, who's the actual person from history that ruled I think it's modern day Romania. But was originally Transylvania, and the dude was fucking ruthless.
See,
my mom
is right. See, right there. There are no such things. There are no vampires.
I am cool with that, but when you start telling the stories of Dracula, okay, we are going specifically off of fantasy, therefore every idea is on the fucking table. But traditionally, when it comes to the story of Dracula, he's an evil dude, blah blah blah. What Castlevania did was in the later on games, they actually gave him a little bit of humanity, and one of those stories is Alucard. So Dracula originally was not supposed to be a conqueror or anything like that. He just kind of wanted to keep to himself, and then he meets I can't remember her name, but he falls in love with her and produces Alucard with her. And the townspeople see her as a witch, so they burn her at the stake, and that fuels his rage against humanity.
So Vlad, by the way, is Vlad the Impaler, is the person that you're thinking of. But yeah, like I said, I'm just always wondering where your line is, because your line seems to just like zigzag with whatever you are feeling at the moment.
If you're going to create a story that is purely fictional in on itself, I'm okay with that, and everything's on the fucking table, even if it's based off of actual events in history. A good example of that is Titanic. So Titanic did a very good job of detailing the events that surrounded the sinking of the Titanic, at the same time creating a couple fictional characters to have a story for everybody to follow along. Something interesting to know in the original Dracula book, Vlad could go out in daylight, but his powers were greatly weakened. I'm cool with that. I mean, I assume that if he stayed out too long, he'd die. But if you want to talk a span of time versus instant death, I'm okay with that. Not fucking glitter. Alucard in Helsing is literally Vlad, dude. Yeah, but that's what is it? Van Helsing? I think that was the movie. Van Helsing? Or is it just Helsing? So I think I know what you're talking about.
There's two, actually. There is Helsing, but there's also a Van Helsing.
Okay.
I believe so one is animated and one is live action, if I remember right.
That's its own universe of Dracula.
Yeah, he's talking about Helsing the anime, which is actually a really good anime.
Okay. Then that's its own universe of Dracula. And how many different fucking universes are there of Dracula? Castlevania is the one I happen to like.
So you just pick and choose.
I don't dislike the other ones.
Unless it's Twilight.
Bram Stoker's Dracula I saw, and I thought that was a great film. That also came out long before Castlevania brought it in to the Castlevania saga. But there was another Dracula story that I thought was good. I can't remember what it was.
Was it Blade?
Again, it was not Blade. We don't even discuss that. But again, that was its own universe, separate from Castlevania. And I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this. Just like Interview with the Vampire. Dracula is not explicitly an interview with the vampire, but I 100% love Interview with the Vampire and its portrayal of it, and it's its own universe. They even joke about the whole Dracula thing. So, loved it.
By the way, Rot and Mordell, the whole thing that this got brought up is that Darren has no idea who Miyazaki is. He has never seen Totoro. He has never seen A Fish Named Ponyo. He has never seen Kiki's Delivery Service.
Not an anime guy.
Spirited Away. Howl's Moving Castle. Like, he has not ever heard of or seen any of these.
If you chained me to a chair, I would say, let me eat a bullet to watch anime. I'm like, nope. I don't care.
And so what got us brought up onto this whole thing is that his friend, he doesn't even remember what anime his friend made him watch. So I don't even think Darren gave it like a proper chance. I think he went into it with the mindset of I'm gonna hate this, and he hated it. Because I'm pretty sure that if he went in with an open mind and saw something more like I brought up earlier, Death Note, that he would appreciate it.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. If there's any anime to change my mind, it could have been the Castlevania one, but it's technically not canon because it's missing a crucial character.
And that's how we got brought up on this whole thing, is that...
Yeah, that's how we got into this conversation.
He's okay with some canon butchering other canon if the original canon wasn't the one that he learned about first. As long as he learns about like a second or a third thing first, and then learns about the shit beforehand, he's okay with the stuff that he learned about first, even if it doesn't stick to the original storyline, because in his eyes, it's the original that he learned. This is what I've gathered.
I think you even lost your own audience with that explanation. I'll simplify it. If you're going to make a film or a story or whatever based off of an actual character, then stick to the fucking factual events. All right? You want to divert 5% off track of it? I'm cool with that. Perfect example is Iron Man. The original story did not have him demonstrating weapons in fucking Afghanistan, but they happened to do that and tie it into real life events. I'm okay with that. Everything else was kind of on fucking point. When you want to take an actual character from history and butcher the fuck out of it, like Braveheart, no, go fuck yourself. Devil May Cry's anime. Yeah. Again, I can't get into anime. My buddy made me watch it. In fact, I'll text him right now, ask him, hey, why did you make me watch that one time?
Because if he made you watch something like One Piece, I'm going to slap your friend if I ever meet him. What is the what for? That is a big what and a lot of question marks, and I'm not sure what the what is for. See, we should have brought Unileska in here. Also, Rod, he actually likes the Marvel movies, the ones that aren't canon at all, because he's never read any of the comics. And we've already gone over this entire thing, that he's okay with it if he doesn't know the story, but he doesn't want to know the story because then it's probably going to ruin the movies for him. He doesn't care enough. Yeah, we've already beat that horse to death.
I've read some of, not the actual comics, but just like the plot points.
Don't worry, Mom. You're just as lost as the rest of us on how Darren thinks. Like I said, this is like month 3 trying to figure out where he draws his little lines, but they are like all over the place. He's just like, yeah, I'm going to make a straight line right here, and then does a 90. All right, well, so what was the anime, Darren?
He's like, when? Who was the main character? I'm like, dude, I have no fucking clue. It was 2017. That's all I remember.
Oh, Missa, you're great.
But no, I've read some of the plot points on the MCU versus their comic book origins, and they actually did not stray. For some of them, that I've read, they didn't stray that far off. Civil War was, I think, it might have been the most different. I mean, even the original Avengers, the actual original Avengers, I think it was Ant-Man was part of it. Hank Pym himself. I forget who he replaced. I want to say it was Captain America. Captain America was not one of the original ones. But I just can't remember.
Oh, by the way, Rod, what movie should we watch for this week's movie night on Saturday?
I already gave you the suggestion, but you won't take it.
What was your suggestion?
The Game Wizard.
I don't know what it is. Oh. Yeah, apparently we've been talking for about 35 minutes. Darren has gone again. That's crash number 3. Yeah, that fits about the 35-minute mark. About 38 minutes is the average.
Yeah. I can understand being frustrated with messing up storylines. Yeah. Like, if you want to change less than 10% of it for the sake of, I don't know, making it relevant, I'm cool with that. But don't make it as if the Titanic would actually successfully landed in fucking New York.
Hey, the
Don't make
only thing in Twilight that they changed is sparkly skin. That's about 10%.
That's no. Hang on. Let me pull it up on IMDb. And my buddy does not remember.
Okay, at that point, it must have been
so long ago.
It must have been a bad anime if neither of you guys remember any. What was it about?
I don't remember.
You don't remember the one anime you watched, what it was about?
No.
Do you guys agree that he went into it with like a closed off mind already? Oh, Epsilon thinks he might have a thing for you. He doesn't care enough because he's only on Discord 1 day a week, and that's for the podcast. And other than that, he just shuns it and talks shit and just smites the Discord gods.
I do. Because the only reason why I use it is you.
The only thing going on with me is...
Oh, Missa was right. It is just called The Wizard.
See, I think it was either a shit anime or... Well, actually, probably still. Like, Darren's mind is a very hard thing to change.
It is. I've never conceded that.
So, him saying, I'm going to hate this, and going into something means that he is going to hate this. My mom is much the same way. If you tell her what something is, she's going to have this idea of what it is. Like, food is a big one. If you tell her what it is, she's going to go into it with this idea of this is going to be disgusting. And then she'll, like, give you this face of, this is horrible, and spit it out. But if you don't tell her what it is until after she's had a bite, and she'll, like, go into it, and she'll just have this, like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be thinking. Good, bad, indifferent. If you tell her something good, she'll be like, oh, okay, that's kind of good. And then if you tell her something horrible, she'll be like, oh my god, that was... And she'll, like, spit it out even though she's already swallowed half of it. Which is why, if I wanted to try something, I don't tell her what it is until after she tells me, hey, did you like it or not? And normally she comes back with, it was okay. And then if I tell her that it was something good, she'll want it again. But if I tell her something like haggis, she's like, ew, I would never eat that. I would just, give it to her anyway, kind of as, let's see if this works. But yeah.
I've never made any bones about the fact that I'm a stubborn asshole.
But you're stubborn on shit you haven't even experienced.
I don't give a fuck about experiencing it.
Oh my god.
Okay, perfect example. I love history. All right, I would be happy to go to Europe, anywhere in Europe there are places that I would pick, but happy to go anywhere in Europe just for the purpose of, seeing historical places. Love that shit. Would I mind not ever having visited there? No. I'd be perfectly fine. I could die happy not actually having visited them.
Yeah, see, I want to go over there. I want to go be like, yeah, I was at Stonehenge before it eroded away. I want to step foot on the Antarctica, all right? I want to be able to step on all 7 continents at some point in my life.
The Wizard is $3.99 rental on Amazon YouTube. It's a good movie. Very nostalgic. Is it Little Monsters? No. Little Monsters is awesome.
Little Monsters?
Yeah, that's another Fred Savage flick. It came out like right before it or right after, something like that. Little Monsters is like a little known cult classic.
Nope,
or
never heard.
Lesser known cult classic.
I know Little Soldiers.
No, not Little Soldiers.
That movie was great. That might be a movie we have to watch.
That was good, but I would say Little Monsters is better. But there's not too many good Fred Savage films, and I think those are the 2 that would top the list.
Epsilon has Baby Driver. All right, maybe we'll. So if we do, here's the thing, Darren, are you going to be there for movie night?
Probably not. You do it what, Friday night?
Saturday.
Yeah, borderline. Like I said, Thursday through Saturday night. I'm not likely to be on. In fact, to correct that, I will not be on because Borderline reopened. That's where I'll be.
Is that like your Friday through Sunday from now on?
Would be Thursday through Saturday if They open on like normal on Thursdays, but
You gonna go to college night? You gonna go pick up those 19 somethings?
fuck no. We usually go with our little group.
So here's the thing, guys. So Darren and I grew up in the same area, and Borderline was honestly the only thing that was ever at Borderline, especially when we were in high school and shortly after, was literally college night. Like it never had an older crowd.
Yeah, it did. So college night was always Wednesday nights.
Yep.
And wing night is actually tonight, but I am not getting wings. I'm getting chicken fingers because the buffalo wings there are amazing. They're good, but they stain your fingers, or your fingernails. And I'm like, I'd rather just stick to chicken fingers. So Wednesday night before the shooting happened, Wednesday night was the college night. The only reason I would go on a Wednesday night is if my friends from Santa Clarita, who were around my age, told me they were going. Otherwise, I wouldn't. I don't have a reason to go, so I'm not. Thursday night was the older crowd, like the 25 through 35 range. Then Saturday night was the same.
Did you just put yourself on the outside of what you considered the older crowd?
Well, at the time before the shooting, I was under 35.
So you are older than older?
Fuck you. Give it a year. You'll be right up there with me.
That's fine. Like, I have no problem being old because you will be older. So no matter what, I will always be able to say, hey, Darren, how does it feel? Let me know, because I'll be there at some point. I mean, we could talk trash about a 5-year-old. Eventually, they'll be 60.
I could let you know what you're in for. I can just let you surprise you with it.
What, the prostate exam at the age of 40 where it's no longer the finger?
Or the colonic where you become a party favor?
I'm gonna have to play that at some point. I own that. That's on DVD.
Yeah.
But I guess I should just get rid of the DVD since it's not worth it. How does it feel? I don't know. I've never had a doctor have a finger up my butt. I've had to spread them for a doctor. MEPS, where they're like, bend over and spread your cheeks.
Yep.
And cough. Oh no, it's squat and cough and bend over, spread your cheeks. Yep, it's really awkward when you're bent over and still eye to eye with the doctor.
And that's there's that moment, and then the first shower where you're like, no. But then literally after your second day of basic, you have expunged so much fucking sweat and you are so exhausted that the last thing you give a shit about is fucking being in the shower.
Or you have that one dude that just doesn't shower for like weeks at a time.
We didn't have anybody like that, but there was a thing called the 6th week of training, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
So it's called it's a simulated deployment. Their acronym is BEAST.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I know. But you are in Tent City. They don't even give you fucking pillows for those joking about the chair forest. No, they actually give us fucking dirt and nothing comfortable to sleep on, cots.
Oh no!
Yeah. But you basically have to live in mop gear the majority of the day, with the exception of the final obstacle course and CADM, which is the M16 qualification. Everything else, you're pretty much living in fucking mop gear. So that week, there was the week following, you had like 9 to 12 evals. One of them was your dorm inspection, your lockers and everything had to be fucking pristine. However, you could not be rated on what was not there. So in order to facilitate that, you had to go through what was called Beast Challenge, and that is living off of baby wipes and not showering either set of your clothes for 4 days straight. Or not using laundry for one set of your clothes for 4 days straight, both PT and your camis. And then on the 5th day, you change into another set. By the Saturday you're back, you have both those sets, you're wearing the 3rd set, and your pristine ones in the locker for eval. And we aced it. But it sucked. It is gross.
No,
but that's where I learned the trick about that's where I learned the trick about baby wipes.
No, she's talking about the bend over and spread your cheeks.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I, but yeah, that whole thing. So if you guys weren't here last week, we actually talked about the Air Force.
No, it's already 7:59. I'm not even giving you the dignity of talking about it.
So the Air Force is now the gayest branch.
Bye, everyone.
They have actually had their first sponsored drag show on an Air Force base. Did he actually leave? Or did DC again? What do I feel like you DC'd? Oh, you froze for a second. I don't know what happened.
So did you. So.
Oh, you're really lagged now. What'd you do?
Yeah, so are you.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. But it is 7:59, so good opportunity to call it.
All right.
At least for me.
Fine. We won't talk about the Air Force's drag show.
No, because that doesn't need to be talked about.
Oh, although I did want to bring up one last thing. And have you seen the new UPS commercial?
No.
I mean USPS. So they're looking.
USPS?
Yes, USPS.
Yeah.
So they're looking for like dedicated people to work for the United States Postal Service. It is a more badass commercial than the new Army one.
Interesting.
Like they have like that like movie theater dude voice.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, all of like the cool things and everything else. They're not talking about, you know, I'm able to deploy because I have 2 moms.
Well, even some of the Air Force commercials that I see out there, I'm like, dude, we look so badass in these commercials. Why doesn't any of this exist?
It does somewhere. I mean, someone out there is flying a drone. Someone's playing a video game. Oh, well, I will give the Army credit. They actually have their own esports team now. They are competing with... you can actually be a professional video game player in the Army now. That is an MLS.
Yeah, so years back, they... I think it was the Unreal Engine. They were trying to implement, and they actually created maps that simulated places like Afghanistan and Iraq.
Yes.
For the purpose of sending guys in to conduct strategy before they took it to the actual field.
Yes.
And it was a brilliant fucking idea.
Yes, I've actually played that, and one of the ones that I got to mess around on was a bunch of screens on you. You're in like a Humvee cab, and if you're in the turret, there's like screens kind of like right here, and wherever you're turning the turret, the screens kind of like move with you as you're like spinning the turret around. Cool. So yeah, it was actually kind of a lot of fun. But all right, I'll let you go. Go have your wings and chase your vagina and whatever it is that you want to go do.
All right, man. I will see you tomorrow.
Have yourself a good night. Everyone, what should I do now? It is 8 o'clock. It is too early to go to bed. I've eaten not too long ago. I don't know. What do you guys think of the camera? Is it too dark? Is it too light? I think it's a little dark. I've been trying to like fix this thing to maybe get this thing looking a little bit better. See if I turn the brightness up to like 40? No. It's just... Oh no, does that look better to you guys? Hot tub stream, huh? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think I might actually go play some Denikai. I need a key and a backlight. I don't know what a key is. What is a key? I mean, I have keys. They open doors. But I'm not sure what the key is that you speak of. Oh, that's just because I sit here and swivel in my chair. Yeah, it's actually a pain in the ass because once Darren comes on, it like transfers over to the side and it's like completely off over there too. It's just dumb. Depending on how many people are in here, it's like a different position for whatever it happens to be. Normally in game, it's pretty good. Because in-game, backlight illuminates your shoulder blades and produces contrast between you and your chair. So, like, light from, like, over here coming in? Or light from actually, like, back there? Yeah, by the way, I take all of my, like, streaming... Like, all of my streaming stuff comes straight from Denikai. Denikai has made it, and he got tired of the limelight. He has taken a hiatus. We all await his inevitable return. We love him, we miss him. I remember Denikai when he was but a brand new streamer. Not even 50 followers old. Yeah, man, I've actually been doing really good with the whole streaming thing. What have you been playing lately? I kind of feel like this is just chatting all of a sudden. So, let's go to... I'm gonna have to kill the camera for a second. But give me 1 minute, because this is going to be a little bit better for everything. We're going to disconnect here. I know it's black. We're going to go on to the ending. And... it's going to work. Oh, not that one. Don't think this is gonna work. No! Why do you do this? Nope. If I can, like, deactivate and reactivate. Does that work? Oh, god damn, that's huge. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to, like, resize this as I go. There we go. I don't know why these things got all moved to the middle. I'm bad at this, guys. Yes, live stream editing. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I am trying to do this, and it's apparently not working well for me. But I will do this at least, so that it looks a little bit better. Down there. You down there. And for some reason, my Twitch is huge. But this works, right, guys? So I'm orange because the light is orange. And then also my screen over here is orange as well. So if I do this, it's not as orange. It's literally my second monitor that really does it. I was trying a little bit of a warmer light, because this is my other lighting, and it's just white. I guess that doesn't look horrible from a distance, at least. It used to be bad before I started messing with some of the settings. But yeah, guys, I'm learning. Yes, Mom, thank you so much, one of us. Everyone, that's my mom if you've never met her. She's amazing. But with all of that being said, I think I am going to end up calling it. I'm going to go talk to Missa for a little bit. Mordell, are you still in here? I know Rot is, but Mordell, are you still in here? If not, Rot, you may take her place. Rot, where am I directing this raid? Who am I going to? Give me a name, they get the raid. Ready, set, go. Sec? Alright. Oh, the autofocus isn't working now. It was working before. Epsilon has an idea. Who is your idea, Epsilon? Have it be somebody new. Someone we have not rated. Someone that we can bring the light and joy to. Pound of Flesh. Who is Tragedy 23? That's a name I have not heard. Well, I mean, Denica, you can 100% insist that I don't end, that I still talk to you guys, that I keep doing something. Pound of Flesh is a good dude. I've rated him several times. Because he's normally on, like, you know, basically it is the normal people that I've been rating are Pound of Flesh, you, and then you two are the only normal ones that I'll rate. Everyone else is just kind of normally it's those new people. It's those people that need, you know, 7 or 8 followers to hit their 50 or whatever. I really like helping people hit their affiliate. Like, that's one of the big things that I like to do. But I did say that we would go and do Pound of Flesh, so we are going to do Pound of Flesh. Was it all one word? Oh, it's the Pound of Flesh. Oh, that's fine. Is level 1 alt on right now? Rot? Alright. We are going to go check out level 1 alt at Mr. Rot Draken's request. Guys, have yourselves a good night. I will probably be back on playing games. Whether I am streaming or not, I'm not sure. I need to go talk to the Missa first. Mordell, thank you so much for the raid. Toppy, I know you're asleep, but thank you so much for the new follow. Guys, if you haven't already, please go check out the TikTok that I just started doing. It's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with it. Have yourselves a good night. And Denekai, we need to talk more. Like, I don't know where you've been, but I have missed you. Oh, I'm not going to sleep. I don't know if you're going to sleep, but I'm not going to sleep. Guys, let's go check out level 1 alt. Denekai, yeah, let's chat some. I can either go to your Discord